Hello, my dear student. Welcome to biology. Today it is lecture number 5. Today we will learn chapter 2, sexual reproduction in flowering plants. So in this chapter we will learn the following topic. Number 1, flower, a fascinating organ of angiosperm. Number 2, pre-fertilization, structures and event. Number 3, double fertilization. Number 4, post-fertilization, structures and events. Number 5, apomixis and polyembryony. So these are the 5 topics this chapter covers. So one by one, let us start. Flower, a fascinating organ of angiosperm. So we know that human beings and flower relationship is since time immemorial. So we human being are very much attracted towards flower, because of which purpose we use flower as a symbol for conveying our emotions like love, affection, happiness, and even the sorrow. Isn't it? We are much attracted towards the flower because of its scent, smell, then because of its rich colors. But do you know that why this flower produce such kind of smell, perfumes and the rich color? Only to satisfy our desire, only to satisfy our happiness? No. All these are the aids for sexual reproduction. So we know that in angiosperm, flower is that part which take part in reproduction process, because of which the flower produce all this attractiveness to attract the other organism, so that with the help of which they may perform their process of sexual reproduction. So, my dear student, today we will learn about a flower. So, what are the important part of a flower? So, the process of development of new organism through the formation and fusion of gametes is called sexual reproduction. So my dear student, already we have learned that what is sexual reproduction. The process of development of new organism through formation and fusion of gametes. Isn't it? So we have learned about sexual reproduction. And in angiosperm, the organs specialized to perform sexual reproduction are flowers. Okay, so everybody understood that in angiosperm or in flowering plant, which organ is specialized for the function of sexual reproduction? That part is flower. So in a plant, the flower is that specialized organ that is selected for performing the activity of sexual reproduction, because of which we must learn completely about a typical flower. We should know what is a flower, what are the different types of flower. Flowers are modified condensed reproductive shoots. So, my dear student, we know that flowers are modified stem, and these flowers are ultimately modified stem. So here, because of which it is written that flowers are modified condensed reproductive shoot. Okay, a typical flower has a broad base called thalamus, over which 4 valves are found. So a typical flower has a broad base, and name of that broad base is thalamus, over which the 4 valves of a typical flower lies, and that are number 1 calyx, number 2 corolla, number 3 endoecium, number 4 gynoecium. So these are the 4 valves of a typical flower. Number 1 calyx, it is the first and outermost valve of a flower. Okay, so calyx is the outermost and the first wall of a flower. Each individual stem of calyx is called sepal. The sepals are essentially green, but in some cases they are colored like petals and referred as petaloid. Okay, so now in diagram you can see the sepal. Okay, and sepals all together are known as calyx. Now green color you may see in the diagram, that are one single unit we will call sepal, and all together we will call calyx. Okay, now generally they are green in color, but in some cases they may be colorful like petals. Number 2 wall of a typical flower is corolla. It is the second wall of a flower, and each unit of corolla is called petal. So all together, okay, all petals together are known as corolla, whereas one single unit of corolla is known as petals. Petals are brightly colored and fragrant, which makes the flower attractive and thus helps in pollination. So this part of the flower are always bright in color, and they produce some fragrant or smells, okay, and because of which they attract and thus helps in pollination. Number 3, endoecium. Endoecium is the third wall of a flower. An individual unit of endoecium is known as stamen. Okay, my dear student, you may see in the diagram the stamen. So stamen, each one is known as stamen, and all together they are known as endoecium. And stamen, which represents the male reproductive organ. So stamen is the male reproductive organ. Each stamen consists of anther and filament. So in diagram you may see it is labeled anther and filament, and both together is known as stamen. Now in this flower you may find 4 stamen. So this 4 stamen together is known as endoecium, and one stamen has 2 part, anther and filament. Okay, and stamen is the male reproductive organ. Now number 4 wall of a typical flower is gynoecium. Gynoecium is the fourth and the last wall of a flower, and each individual unit is called pistil or carpel. We may call pistil or carpel, which represents the female reproductive organ. Now my dear student, in diagram you may see one yellow color part of a flower. So you may see that only one is present in this flower. So each pistil consists of 3 parts: stigma, style and ovary. So stigma, style, ovary, all together they are known as carpel or pistil. Okay, and they have 3 parts. So in this flower only one pistil or carpel is there, but in some flower you may find more than one also. Clear? So I hope that you have understood a typical flower. There are different parts. So in this typical flower, this calyx and corolla, they are not the reproductive organ of a flower, but they help in reproduction, whereas endoecium and gynoecium are the reproductive part of a flower, and endoecium is the male reproductive part, and stamen is the male reproductive organ, whereas gynoecium is the female reproductive part of a flower, and pistil or carpel is the female reproductive organ. So I hope that you have understood a flower. There are different parts. So thank you.